Thanks to the support as a channel member, David Carter. Boys and girls, it all begins again here. We forget everything that's happened in the first 10 episodes. We assume this is episode number 1. It's the start of a season. It could just as easily be the start of the first season, and we're going to take the league by storm. It all begins here. Don't know what you think you've been doing for the last week and a half. Everything starts today, so we probably need those 5,000 likes we always ask for on the first episode of a new series. Hello and welcome to part 11 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have our first 2 games of our second season. We're at home against Blythe. We are away against Chester. Nothing's happened since you were last with me. We literally got exactly to this point because we were doing the transfers. If you want to see the transfers in depth, go back and watch the transfer special from yesterday. But here's your quick summary. Pretty much everyone in last season's first team squad was released, and we have signed pretty much an entirely new first team squad with some very good players in this little selection that we've got down here. Our new team looks like this. We are going to be playing a 4-3-3 fluid counter-attacking system, at least to start this new season. We're also training a 4-4-1 variant of the same system, and just a boring old 4-4-2 with direct counter-attacking tactical style. So we've got options, but this is the one that I think I would like to use the most if we can get it working. And I certainly think we've got the midfield players to make it work. Chong and Warrington are both going to be very good options bursting forward in that Mazzala role for midfield. We're giving Chong a try today. Warrington will no doubt come on and get an opportunity in that role as well. And I think with Cornish and Forsyth offering some defensive protection, and the wing backs being told to basically hold back and cross from deep, we're kind of relying on the front three and the Mazzala to do all of the attacking for us on the break. Plus, of course, set pieces, and we have got some set piece threats. Josh Hill at 6'3", Isaac Rice only 6 foot tall. I think Mooney might be a little bit taller, 6'1" for Mooney. There are a few tall players throughout the squad. Chilakawa Mullen is 6'1" as well, so we've got a few options for headed goals. So our new look team in full, we have Callum Hawkins in goal, a back four of Brown, Rice, Hill and Chilakawa Mullen, Cornish at the base of the midfield, Forsyth and Chong ahead of him, and then a front three of Hippolyte Patrick, Marsh Brown and Mooney. Kelsey Mooney, the only surviving member of last year's starting squad, at least. Josh Hill and a couple of others, Marsh Brown, they might be the only ones in the starting 11 who survived from last year's squad. But Mooney is an original Leamington player, the only one left at the club. And he's actually back in the team as starting striker again. I'm not sure for how long, because we have brought in a couple of other centre forwards over the course of the summer who, if Mooney doesn't start well, he could end up losing his place to. But I feel like we should probably show a little bit of loyalty. The little bit of loyalty we might have left, having got rid of the entirety of the rest of the first team squad, just a little bit of loyalty and continuity, and play as many of the players who've been here previously. Brown was here last year as well. So we're trying to keep some kind of continuity going. Our dynamics is a myth at the moment. It's just an absolute mess. So the more we can do in terms of playing players who've been to Leamington before, the better. Hippolyte Patrick now on the left-hand side plays it back to Brown, who of course spent his entirety of his career with us last year playing as a left wing back, now being asked to play as part of a back four. Plays it forward to Forsyth, and Mooney is in. And Mooney with the first big chance of the game, and it's straight into the hands of the Blythe goalkeeper. But we have won a corner. I think set pieces are going to be crucial for us this year. Forsyth with the in-swinger. Chong is there, but he can't keep his header down. But it was good to see us threatening from a set piece. I mean, I don't remember even seeing very many corner highlights throughout last year. We've just given away a penalty. This is not the start to the season we were hoping for. It is going to take a little bit of time for this new squad to bed together and get those dynamics sorted out. And in the meantime, we need to minimise silly mistakes like giving away penalties from fairly innocuous situations from corners like we have there. But we have given away a penalty and we have gone 1-0 down. And that is not really what we were hoping for this brand new series that started today. As I mentioned at the start of the video, no, we haven't played. You think you've seen us play a season already? You imagined it. You've been dreaming about me again, and you've been dreaming about me having a really poor season with Leamington. It's a weird dream. You might want to have a look at yourself and some of your life decisions. But this is brand new today, and we are struggling a little bit. We're going to have to tweak some stuff in the second half, I think. I'm looking at Lewis Warrington in particular as a player I'm expecting big things from this year. I mean, that's quite upsetting to see us concede a goal like that, because they did oh so very well to take the ball around us, dink it over the top of our keeper. Bring back Jake Weaver, I hear you cry. Our defence has just been caught really flat there. Oh, I think we're going to have a horrible start to the season while our dynamics starts to turn into anything usable. We only have one player who's higher than other players on the hierarchy chart. We have, I mean, most of these boys have never met each other until a month ago. This has been the plan all along, and this might have been a bad idea doing so many transfers in one go, but Mooney's in here. And Mooney, I mean, he's tried to dink it over the keeper himself, but their defender gets back and covers. I wish he'd have just hit it really hard. He had the opportunity to grab us a goal back before half-time, and he's blown it there. Right, I'm going to thrash my arms. I can't thrash my arms and do that. Can I throw a water bottle? I'll point my finger. We've got to do some kind of gesticulation, I think. And maybe we'll switch to 2 up top. We'll go positive with it. And I want to get Warrington on, but I also want to get Elliot Andrew as another striker option on. So I think we are going to have to make a couple of changes. So the back four can pretty much stay as is. Pop him back there. But Forsyth, I think, can be the ball-winning midfielder. Yeah, so Forsyth can go over there. We're then going to bring Lewis Warrington on there and get him forward. And then we're also going to bring... We better off with Cornish or Forsyth? I think Cornish is actually a better midfielder. So Cornish can go in there. And we're going to bring on Elliot Andrew, who can be a target man. How tall is he? Only 5'11". But a couple of changes, going a little bit more attacking, trying something different. We've gone to the direct counter-attacking system. This is how you settle down a team that hasn't got any dynamics and don't really know each other. Change the system and the tactic entirely at half-time of the first match. This is Football Manager 101, boys and girls. I promise it'll work. Right. Let's, if it does, then this is what we'll do for the next match. We're not married to any of these systems yet. We've got enough flexibility in the positions that the players in the squad can play to be able to do any of these systems, really, or even go back to a 3 at the back system if things really start to go wrong. But I want to avoid that if possible, because, quite frankly, I know it made for entertaining viewing, watching me squirm and suffer for a little bit. But for me, watching the team play such negative anti-football, just can't do it for another year. I think we have to give it a go this season, and if it ends up leading to me getting fired, then so be it. Oh my word! Right, we've got a goalkeeper who knows he can use his hands. This is progress. Right, let's demand more. We need to show some kind of signs of life in this second half. We have been very, very poor today. Like I say, it's to be expected for the time being while the players get to know each other. But there's only so long we can put up with it for before the board will start to ask questions. And we don't want the board asking any questions. Rice, bringing it out of defence beautifully. And Andrew playing it off to Marsh Brown. This actually looks like football, which is a very unfamiliar sight here at the new windmill. Hippolyte Patrick to Warrington, back to Patrick again. And now Brown has got forward to get himself into a crossing position. He has got plenty of options in the middle. If he can just find one of them, there's Andrew. And that's a debut goal for Elliot Andrew. And that is, maybe 4-4-2 is the one. We started last year with a 4-2-4. Maybe we're going to turn into a good old-fashioned 4-4-2 non-league side playing direct, easy football that isn't going to tax their tiny, tiny brains. We've got a goal back. Let's, I guess Vigar is the only attacking option we've got on the bench. I've not put a goalkeeper on the bench because I wanted to have options while we figure out what we're doing. I think we take off Mooney and bring on Vigor and do that. And we're going to go attacking. And we've got 2 new strikers on, and we're going to demand more again. And come on, boys, a long throw. Chilakoa Mullen with the long throw. Marsh Brown now playing it back to Cornish, who tries to have a shot from the edge of the area, but it's blocked quite comfortably by the Blythe defender. Warrington now, though, what a goal! It's a debut goal from Lewis Warrington, and the 2 half-time substitutes have both made immediate impacts. Debut goals for both of them. We might have a couple of new heroes here, and this is all of a sudden looking a lot more positive than it was looking a few minutes ago. What a goal from Lewis Warrington. And we'll drop back to just a positive mentality now, I think. We'll encourage the boys to go on and try and get a winner, because why not? Let's go and try and win the football match. We've got a corner, Vigor to take. We've got plenty of men loading that front post. If he can find one of them, floats it in with the in-swinger, and Hill is there. But he can't keep his header down. Hill is our big threat from the set pieces, the 6'3" centre-back, but couldn't keep his header down. And I think it probably is going to be ending 2-2, which is a little harsh on Blythe. They absolutely dominated the first half. But you know what? Tactical genius made the right changes at half-time, and we were a different team in the second half, and you can be damn sure we're going to be playing a 4-4-2 in our next match. Well, we missed out on the left winger that we wanted because he's decided to go on loan to Gateshead. That's the second player we've lost to Gateshead in as many weeks. Not very happy with that situation. But we have switched the tactic around for the game against Chester. We're going with the 4-4-2. Largely the same players who... I think it's the same 11 that started the second half, because we were so much better in that second half. How could we not go with those boys? So same back four and goalkeeper as the last match, but Warrington comes in midfield to partner Cornish, and we are going to make him a Mazzala in there, and Andrew is going to be up front partnering Mooney. We're going with a balanced mentality initially, but we will tweak that as we need to as the game goes on. We're a little bit light on attacking options from the bench with 2 up front, because we've only got 3 strikers at the club. So once we've got Vigor on the pitch, we don't have any other real attacking players. Deadfield isn't really fit, although he is sat on the bench as a 5th substitute. So we do need more attacking players in on loan if we're going to be doing a 2-striker system. But it might have just been a one-off fluke that it worked. We might end up never doing it again after today, because if we lose to Chester, we've got a problem. Or Cornish picks it up from the long throw. Now Brown shoots when probably he should have been looking to cross that. We had a couple of strikers in the middle, but he has skimmed the top of the crossbar with it, so he would probably argue it's the best chance of the game so far. Now Chester looking to come forward on our left-hand side, but we're comfortable there to head it away through Rice. Now Hippolyte Patrick coming infield, playing it back to Rice, and now Rice looking to come forward with the ball again. He did it in the last game. I mean, yeah, it didn't really work that time, did it? He's come forward. He's played the ball out of defence, but got himself out of position, and then the ball's been hit over the top of him. I think he thinks he's Declan Rice, which is fine. You know, I like Declan Rice. I don't think Isaac Rice is Declan Rice, though. So we probably need to tell him to stop dancing around with the ball quite so much and just play like a non-league centre-back, which is what we are asking him to do. He's there on a central defender instruction. We're not asking him to be a ball-playing defender. He's just taking it upon himself to run forward with the ball and look to play a short pass rather than just getting the ball out of the danger area, although he does get the ball out of the danger area that time, although the pressure is still on from Chester as they knock the ball around us relatively easily and shoot from range. But I think it was always going very high and very wide, and I don't think we ever really needed to worry about that. Chester looked like they won their first game, so they have seemingly strengthened over the summer as well, and have actually started this match very well. We have got a potential problem with Chester today, although we're doing a decent job of holding them at bay without really creating anything of our own. But an away point is an away point, and I think we'd be happy if this ended as a draw. So we're not going to go too ambitious just yet. Obviously, if we end up going a goal down, then we'll look to go and grab an equaliser. But I think if it's a case of grabbing a 0-0, we'll grab a 0-0. We'll be happy with that. You know, we've got a player like Warrington who can score a goal for us out of absolutely nowhere. We know we can be a threat from the set pieces as well. So I think any time we could potentially pop forward and grab a goal, and Mooney had the opportunity to do it there. If he wants to stay in this team as a starting striker, he has got to start converting his chances. He had a big chance in the last game and fluffed it, and he's done exactly the same again there. He's taking the corner for us now, and Hill is there, but his header once again goes just over. He seems to have this annoying habit of just heading the ball straight forward from where he connects with it, rather than heading it down below the crossbar. We are going to bring on Vigar for Mooney, like we did in the last game. I think we probably need to get Chong on into the midfield. Warrington hasn't really looked as impressive in this match as he did in the previous one. And I think we'll also bring Forsyth on in that midfield as well and just go with fresh legs in the midfield for the final 20 minutes of the match. Andrews got in behind here. If he can get the crossover, he can't, but we have won a corner. Have the substitutions come on before the corner? They have. Apparently, they were so ineffective that we didn't even get to see the corner. I am going to drop a little bit of encouragement on the boys. We are just ahead for XG now. So it seems like we've turned in a pretty decent performance without ever really looking like threatening the goal. Although we did have that opportunity from the corner and the Mooney chance that ended up being wasted. Chester have just had a big chance there as well, which would have put them back ahead considerably on the XG. They've missed an absolute sitter there. Once again, I think we've been better in the second half than we were in the first. Once again, we're not able to grab a win. But I guess the fact that our dynamics are still a complete mess, if we can avoid losing too many games while this is being sorted out, and while this is being sorted out, we've already had Forsyth step up and become an influential player. He wasn't there at the start of the episode. Then I guess by the time these boys settle in, we might just be able to have a little bit of a run higher up the table. That's the hope anyway. 17th place, we'd take it now if it was offered to us. The media are expecting 18th. We're sat in 17th. We're undefeated. It'll be fine. It'll all be fine. What we'll do is we'll play through probably half a dozen or so games. Might even get through to the start of the FA Cup run for this year. I'm probably going to try and get through this season a little quicker than last season. I think 9 episodes was fine for a first season, but especially if we're not looking like going up this year, we'd perhaps look to do this one in 6 or 7. So we'll have slightly larger gaps between the episodes unless something major happens. So we might even do 7 or 8 games, but we'll probably come back a little sooner as it's early in the season and we're still figuring things out. And you never know, we might find ourselves in a promotion push. Who knows? If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.